Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of the Showbound podcast. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, here alongside San Jose Sharks prospect Ethan Cardwell. Cards, busy last week for you in Colts camp, but how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I get my comfiest setup for the pod yet. I'm sitting on the couch for the first time ever since we've done this. I know we talked about me working on my setup and everything here, so I still got to figure out where I'm going to do all that. But for this week, we're just using a little makeshift setup. But no, like you said, super busy. I know you've been a little bit busy too. Our timing hasn't coincided with each other. Partially my fault more than yours. Have just been so swamped. I started getting birthday texts, camp info, got to go to camp, got to do workouts, fitness testing, games every day. So it came to be a lot. So we took the week off, but we're super happy to be back here this week with what we think is an amazing episode anyway. And I hope the fans are going to love it too, Raz.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. We could announce the guest. We've shifted to announcing the guest nice and early, but we got Thomas Bordeleau, second round pick of the San Jose Sharks and NCAA Rookie of the Year last year. Plays for Michigan. Awesome interview. It was great. So we'll get to that one in a bit. But yeah, I want to catch up because so for the listeners, like I called Cardsy a couple days ago. I was I pick up the phone. I'm like, how's camp going? And then right away, I was just like, wait, don't answer that. Let's save it for the pod. Like I immediately just shut it down. So I have so many questions about it. But first of all, how's my boy Marty doing? The new head coach and GM of the Colts, Marty Williamson.
Marty's been great, dude. Marty's like, he kind of minds his own business, like just stays in his own area. And then when practice comes, like super intense, like we're all dialed in, great, short, hard practices. So from what I obviously built a little bit of a relationship with Marty before, but from what I've seen from him so far, I'm loving it. I think he's loving it being back at the rink. And I think all the boys are just super excited for this season with a fresh slate and big things ahead for the Colts.
Yeah. How are the boys doing? Like, obviously, I know all the older guys, but how are they and how's the younger guys looking and the chemistry in the room so far?
Yeah, I think it's been a lot of fun so far. Just like we haven't really had much time to do too because we've been so busy and everything. But I think all the young guys really, really enjoying their time so far. I know I'm trying to make it as fun as I can for those guys because I know what it's like to go through that as a young guy and to have good vets on your team. So that's kind of the role I'm taking on, just hoping to make them feel welcome and have a good time. And I think the chemistry is going to come, like me and Bords say later on in this episode, like just hanging out with the boys off the ice. I think it's crucial for team bonding, and that's how teams win games. So I think that's what we're going to do. A lot of get-togethers, maybe basement hangouts, golfing, I don't know, arcade, maybe hit the rec room. There's a ton of stuff to do in the beautiful Barrie, Ontario. So I'm sure we won't have a problem finding Cam.
Oh, yeah. Any talk about the leadership group of the Colts this year? Who's getting a couple letters or what?
We haven't heard anything yet. I've seen a few announcements around the league, actually. Shout out to Ty Tulio, captain of the Gents, one of my buddies. So, but
and
yeah.
He follows the podcast on Insta, I know. So shout out him, especially for that.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? We'll have to get Tools on in the next few, eh?
Yeah, for sure. We should.
Yeah. But no, we haven't heard anything here. I know we play our first game tomorrow. So
Monday, I don't know what for the listeners, which will have already happened when this episode comes out.
Yeah, so I don't know what the leadership group will look like for that. Just trying to play my role as an older guy, and I think all the other guys are doing an amazing job of it too.
Okay. I'm excited for that, man. I need to tell this story. I'll bleep out that swear. This crazy thing happened to my arm over this last week. I told Cardsy about it. I'm going to retell the story for the listeners. I'll try to tell it quick because it's kind of a long story, but I go to get a blood test, like super normal, routine blood test. I've had a million, like never had a problem in my life. And as I'm driving home, I have this massive like bump on my arm where the needle went in. And I was pretty scared. And I start driving home and I start like passing out on the road. Like I lost my sense of hearing. I couldn't stay awake. My arms and legs were tingling and stuff. And I managed to pull over and I was like on the side of the road and I managed actually to stay awake too. But I knew something was wrong immediately. And so I went to the hospital and stuff, and I was diagnosed with this thing with a long name, which actually was wrong. Had an ultrasound a couple days ago. Oh yeah, and Cards, I was sending you Snapchats on my arm. Like it was messed up. Like my arm was a different color. I had these crazy bruised lines on it and stuff. Anyway, so apparently the ultrasound, we found out this girl who gave me the blood test pierced my artery and tore my muscle in my forearm with the needle. And like I can't straighten my arm or anything. I have a big golf tournament for the Brock hockey team coming up on Tuesday. Like it'll already happen when this episode comes out. I'm not gonna be able to play. My arm just got so messed up from this blood test, and it's kind of it rattled me, man. I literally like pierced an artery from this needle.
That's absurd, man. I remember you were telling me, I'm like, bro, what is going on? You're sending me pictures and it just looks like you have a massive wound. Your arm didn't even look human. It looked like an avatar arm or something absurd out of this world. And then, your hockey shot's going to be a mess for a while. And so is your golf swing. I'm interested to see how much worse it could get.
Anyway, that's that. I needed to say that. It's ridiculous. I'm kind of pissed off that it happened to me too, but anyway, it is what it is. Some other things I want to mention that pissed me off this week. Our Brock hockey camp starts on the 13th, and we have some guys flying in from out west, like Winnipeg and BC, that are living in a house, and they came in to St. Catharines to live in their house, and the landlord wasn't there to give him the keys and stuff. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, all of a sudden I can't rent this house anymore due to some financial reason. So we have 4 homeless guys now on the team that came in from out west. They don't have a place to stay. So obviously it was panic for that night. We found them places to stay with like other guys on the couches and stuff. So right now we're looking for a place for them, but just craziness going down. I felt horrible for these guys, and I don't know, man. It's keeping me busy with these random things that come up. I don't know what to make of it.
That might take its toll on your run for GM of the year. You got guys sleeping on Clifton Hill at night, so not a good look for you right now. Got to clean that one up.
Yeah, I feel horrible for the guys, but we're getting it all sorted out. Anyway, yeah, I got this big golf tournament Tuesday. Like I said, I can't really play, but the boys were going to the casino after. Well, now that you're 19, or you can be 18 and go to the casino in Canada, but what do you have like a table game?
You have to be 19.
Okay. You ever going to rip the casino there in Barrie?
No, I went when I was back home for my 19th and stuff. So, but broke even. So I'm not mad. I mean, it feels good. For I guess we haven't even talked about my birthday on the pod at all because we missed last week. But yeah, had a beer on a patio.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Did you get ID?
No, that's the crap part.
I know everyone wants to get ID'd on their 19th, man. You don't look 19, man.
No, but I was at the keg, so I was like, if you're there, like getting drinks, like I feel like they just expect that you're old enough.
I think you look older with the shorter hair. Like you look older right now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I had the shorter hair going for that, so maybe that's why they thought I was 33 years old and didn't have to
just a man.
check my on the date ID. But yeah, no, it's feels nice. I feel like an old man now. I got nothing to look forward to anymore with birthdays. I just want to stay at 19 for the rest of my life.
19's a solid year.
Yeah,
I did also want to mention my Showbound license plate is going on my car next week, and I can't wait. You have to bring it into like Service Ontario. They don't let you do it yourself. So I had to wait to get an appointment, which was annoying. But I'm gonna look sick. Look for me riding around in that. Any Showbound listeners, come say hi.
If any Showbound listener that sees like Rask, just start honking at them too. Get them going.
Oh yeah, actually, I showed you this before. I want to share this with our listeners because any of our listeners, we all love them. But for the YouTube listeners, you can see this. Cards has already seen it, but we have surpassed the 3 million download mark on the podcast. So
yeah, that's nuts, man.
I think that's crazy. And it seems like just recently we were talking about passing 2 million.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I think, and that's not on us. That's like, we're doing the best we can, but that's on you guys listening. And for every listener this week, you're just helping to that total. And it means so much to us when we do hit certain plateaus like this or certain benchmarks that we're just going to keep smashing. So I think our next goal has got to be 5 mil. That's it. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, should take like 2 weeks and we'll be good. I want to shout out our top 10 countries because this is a funny list, especially number 10. Number 10 is unexpected, but in order of 1st to 10th, this is where we get the most listens. Number 1, Canada. Number 2, United States. Number 3, Sweden, which is pretty obvious. Number 4, Australia. Number 5, Germany. Number 6, United Kingdom. Number 7, Iceland. Number 8, Finland. Number 9, Slovakia. And number 10, with 149 listeners, Saudi Arabia. Shout out to those countries.
Thank you, everyone all over the globe who tune in weekly to the Showbound podcast.
So when are you going to San Jose? And tell us what you got going on out in Arizona and stuff like that, because no one knows.
Yeah, I got my flight info the other day, actually, 14th to the 26th. I'll be in San Jose. And yeah, we go to a rookie tournament in Arizona, Scottsdale, and we're going to be playing a bunch of different teams. I think Colorado, Vegas, Anaheim, LA, and Phoenix or Arizona, are all at that tournament. So we'll just cycle through 3 teams. Looking forward to that. That's on the 17th to 20th. And I'm sure Rask will be doing a great job on the social media, plugging the links and stuff if you guys want to watch those. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it, getting back. I'm familiar with it now, like know most of the guys that are going to be there again. So it'll make things a lot smoother and just like more comfortable when I go in. But yeah, just going to be grinding the next week till I leave, really next week and a half until I go to San Jose here in Barrie. So looking forward to that and just excited to be back here and just doing my everyday thing again for the first time in like 18 months or whatever.
Yeah. You need cards to get a game pick with like in the game jersey and all that stuff and throw it on Instagram. It would get me so fired up.
All right. Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
tell the photographer. I'm going to start sending emails, like get some cardboard pics. I'll be looking, but that would be nasty.
Yeah, 100%.
So we got a DM on the Showbound Instagram last week, a question for me that I want to answer. It was like 2 questions, but the question is for me, was it hard to come to terms that my playing career is done? And does it mess with my identity at all that I'm not a hockey player anymore? So I thought this was a good question to like talk about because there's probably a lot of our listeners are maybe at that age where, you know, maybe going off to college or whatever and hanging up the skates or whatever, that type of thing. But for me, so was it hard to come to terms that my playing career is done? For me, no, only in the sense that like I was already working in hockey. So I was still like, I didn't really feel like it was done. And I was more focused on my business hockey career than my playing career because I knew I wasn't really going to make it as a hockey player. So it wasn't that hard. If I was like an elite player, it would definitely be hard. But I do miss it. Like I miss the competitive environment more so this year because I haven't been able to play in like the summer league with my friends because of COVID. So I'll miss it less when I do stuff like that. But I'm still around hockey every day. So I don't actually miss, like it wasn't hard to come to terms that my career is done. And then the second part of it, does it mess with my identity at all that I'm not a hockey player anymore? I'd say no, because I never really identified myself as like a hockey player. I think it's just going back to that. I was never like a high end guy. I mean, if you look at my stats, I was a point per game as a defenseman in junior, but it was the GMHL.
Yeah, the Outlaw League.
But hey, as a guy who never went to a practice, a guy who took 2 years off between playing, that's 6 stats and a defenseman. Come on.
Yeah, pretty high end stats. But just to go along with that point, I think like you don't identify yourself as a hockey player, but you're talking to world class hockey players every week. Like these guys are all going to be in the NHL, and like you're working in the hockey business every day. So like hockey is your whole life, really. You got to do your school and stuff. You're going to be in hockey. So I don't think it should matter.
So it doesn't mess with I more identify as like a hockey executive, I'd say, even like more than a hockey player. But yeah, I'm in the rink every day with the Brock team this year and still get to be around the locker room. And that's the stuff that, and you hear when people retire, they say that's like the stuff they miss, you know, it's being around the boys, that sort of thing. So I'm still around the boys. So I still enjoy that. And I don't really, I don't think it messes with my identity, but I could see like if anyone, you know, is struggling with that decision, whether to like what to do next or, I mean, you got to follow your passions. Like if hockey's a passion, you got to find a way to stay involved. That's what I'd say. But yeah, with that being said, I think we'll send it over to Thomas Bordeleau now.
All right, we're joined by Thomas Bordeleau here this week from the Michigan Wolverines. Bords, how's it going?
What's up? What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
Not too bad. So just want to catch up a little bit. I know we had Sharks Dev Camp a few weeks ago, and now you're back at Michigan gearing up for another big season for you guys. Hopefully no COVID problems or anything like that this year. But what's been going on in Michigan lately?
Right now we're kind of just working out and skating. Class started last week, so we got to go to that now. We can't be online anymore, so you can't take class in your bed anymore. But so we started class, practicing every day, just working out basically every day, every other day. So yeah, we're just kind of getting ready to the season getting started. We still have, I think, 6 weeks. So I feel like, we have a young team, so it's going to be good, all that practice before the season starts. So, yeah.
When's preseason start for you guys? Do you do preseason games?
Normally we would be supposed to play a Canadian college, start of October, October 2nd or something like that for exhibition, but now we can't. I think we're going to play some other college around here. I think around October 2nd, and then our first game of the season is the 8th. So
yeah, and obviously Sharks Dev Camp, where we were both at a few weeks ago, happened, as a lot of the Showbound listeners know. So for you, how'd you think it went? Overall experience there?
I mean, I thought it was fun. You could say that too. We didn't really get bagged. We really just they were just teaching a lot of stuff, and it was just a lot of different skills that were just fun to do. And, I thought, the game was just the best part, kind of, even if it was kind of a weird game, no system, no nothing, just running around. But, I thought it was fun. I thought it was just a fun experience. Actually, I got drafted, almost more than a year ago. No, actually a year ago, and I didn't meet anyone, so it was my first time kind of meeting everyone, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Cards, are you sponsored by Cooper Wax or what?
He sent me the hoodie, so he asked me if I could wear it on the show.
And the hat. You're a couple free ads out here, man.
Yeah, I'll double it up.
Yeah. So, Boards, I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about your childhood, because for those who don't know, when you were growing up, your dad was still playing hockey. Were you moving around a lot as a kid? Where did you grow up? Was it Switzerland?
Yeah, I moved a lot. A lot. I moved, but basically in the same spots. I was born in Houston, Texas. I was stayed there for 5 months. So I have obviously no memories of that. And when I was 5 months old, we moved to Switzerland when my dad decided to go play there, and I stayed there for 10 years. But every summer I would go back to Montreal in Canada to just go see the family. And everyone in my family's from there, so we just go back there. And then when my dad was done playing hockey in Switzerland, we moved back to Montreal for good. And that's where I kind of kept playing hockey until I went to the NTDP. So, yeah.
So what was the minor hockey experience like in Switzerland and then out in Quebec? Can you talk about both those experiences?
In Switzerland, it was really fun, honestly. You would play in kind of low-key outdoor rinks every tournament, and it was every weekend you would play a game on an outdoor rink. It was really nice. Just the sun was shining on your face while you were playing hockey, so that was cool. But I think something that I really liked about the hockey in Switzerland at a young age is that you play side to side, you play board to board, and so it's smaller areas until you're 9 or 10 years old. So I think.
Wait, you mean you play horizontally across the rink?
Yeah, you play you don't play the full 200
Okay.
feet. You play across.
Yeah.
And I felt that was just really fun, and I guess really good for your skills also in your hockey sense. So that was really fun. And then moving back to Montreal, I had no clue how Canadian hockey was. I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be good enough or whatever, because I've never seen, I didn't see anyone play before in Canada at my age. So I got there, and then I got there Pee-wee, made the team, and then, I just kind of went from there, abandoned and midget, and then left for the NTDP. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Bords, you said you went to NTDP, obviously. And was major junior ever an option for you? Were you ever thinking about going to the Q? Were you drafted in the Q?
Yeah, I was
Who were you drafted by?
by the Armada. You say it, the Armada.
Blainville, Boisbriand.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But were you ever even considering it, or was it always going to be there and then to college?
No, I was considering it, like maybe like kind of not considering it, but I was like, oh, should I maybe do it? Like, even though I knew I was probably going to go to college. But I think, from Montreal, there's literally maybe 1% of the hockey players that think about going somewhere else in the queue. So, I think it was kind of an odd choice for my friends and everyone around me. But I just felt like it was the right thing to do. Obviously, like I got drafted by the team that's like 15 minutes away from my house, and it was just kind of kind of hard to say no, but I kind of had to. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, for sure. And how'd that decision go down when you decided, okay, I'm going to go to the program? And then actually want to tell us about when you committed to Michigan, at what age, and how that went down a bit?
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't even know like the NTDP was a thing like until maybe a year, like 2 years before going there. Like that's what's a little different for me. Like most of the guys I played with, they kind of dreamt about going there and playing there one day, and USA Hockey and everything. I didn't even know it existed until I think it was Jack Hughes first. He was going in the program. Quinn just finished it. And he was like, yeah, you should come check it out. You should come check everything that they do down there and everything. You're American, you might as well, kind of consider it. So I went there, I kind of saw everything. I was like, that's really fun. I hope, maybe I could play there one day, whatever. I was a little young, and then I played at a tournament in like Philly, I think, just a random tournament, and one of the scouts from the NTP was there. And he was like, hey, just come to top 40 camp. Like usually there's all those like regional camps, and then you go up until top 40 camp, and then they make the team out there. And he's like, just come to that. We know you're from Montreal. We know like you can't, like, obviously you didn't make like all the preliminary camps before. Just come to top 40 camp and just come see for yourself everything and the hockey, and just we'll see if you make the team, if you want to make the team. And then went there. The schedule was pretty crazy, but went there, and then after the first, I think it was the second day. It was like a 7-day camp, and after the second day, after the first game, I got called like into the office, and like they offered me to be on the team. And it was obviously, I kind of took my time. I was like, do I really want to like play for the U.S. when I lived my whole life? And like, I mean, I never lived in the U.S. Even if I'm American. And then, after meeting everyone and just seeing how nice they are and what they could do for me, it was a no-brainer for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. And for Michigan, again, like coming from Montreal, like no one really looks at colleges. So like, and I didn't really have a lot of exposure, but when I went to the NTP, it kind of blew up, like all the colleges, they kind of look at you and, they want you to come visit and everything. So I did a lot of visits. I didn't really know what I wanted out of college. And then, I think Michigan was just a great balance of everything. And, a lot of people I know have been through here, and they've had a great experience. And, I'm living it right now. And, I don't regret my decision.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And I'm just curious, how do you identify your nationality? Like, do you consider yourself Canadian, or do you consider yourself Swiss or American? What do you consider yourself?
I mean, I kind of like right now I say American. Like if you would ask me like maybe 4 years ago, I would have said Canadian. But after my time spent here and everything, kind of what USA Hockey did for me, and kind of all the people I met here and everything, and I just kind of, for me it's a no-brainer that I'm kind of an American hockey wise, but my life is kind of hockey also, so it kind of goes with it.
Okay. So with the NTDP, what was your adjustment like to that level, coming out of minor hockey in Quebec and then playing in the USHL and stuff with a team of kids basically? How was that?
It was crazy. I mean, the NTDP is, it's actually nuts. Like they set you up for failure as much as they can. We would work out 6 times a week, and then we would have like the biggest workout, like actually like a summer workout, and we had a game the next day, and then after that game at 10:30 workout, it would just be nuts. And we were a bunch of 16-year-old kids playing against like USHL guys. We were just getting our shit rocked, and it was a tough adjustment. And we didn't have the most talented team, so we kind of had to grind the other teams down. And I think it just made me learn so much playing there. It was crazy, kind of, because we kind of had talent wise, we didn't have a good team. So how it made me like kind of understand what a team has to do to win over there was crazy. And our coach was really good. Now he left. He's with Buffalo's AHL. He's the Buffalo's AHL head coach right now. But he had a big impact on me, and it was really fun.
I'm curious if there was a difference from your 17 year to your 18 year where we had Max Jones on the podcast, and he said he got called up when he was in his first year to the second year team. And, guys like Austin Matthews and stuff are like giving it to the trainers. They're not working out. It was like more of a joke. And I'm wondering, was it more like, okay, you put in your hard first year and you can kind of like, it's a little easier that second year, or was it just as hard?
I mean, I think it just depends on the players. Like, like guys, let's say guys like Sanderson that, I think he should play if he wanted to, he could easily play in the NHL right now. But he wanted to stay in North Dakota for another year. But like guys like him, just absolute studs. He was just working out every day, like as hard as he could. And, he would like never take a day off. Like even if he was obviously the best player there at the program, and, even his second year. But, there's other guys like, I don't want to call out names, but other guys that, maybe my first year when they were 18, like the 01 team that was kind of stacked, they kind of like to f around in the gym and stuff like that. So it was just funny to watch.
That's hilarious, man. And then so you obviously had a great time there. Sick development, and I know I talk about it all the time when we do have a program guy on. I got to play with a bunch of them, so I kind of got a feel for it. All the Army training, we've had all those stories and stuff like that. So it's crazy, but I mean, it set you up for a second round draft pick to the San Jose Sharks in 2020, as most people know by now. So do you mind just taking us through your draft day and kind of the moment that you got picked?
Yeah. I don't know how it worked for you. I don't know if they did the same thing, but for me, what they did was like, we kind of had like we had like the computer that was like before the live stream, the TV stream. So kind of had my computer on. I was in Michigan because like draft was like mid-October or something like that.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. And I mean, first of all, I was pissed because the draft was supposed to be in my hometown, right? Montreal. Supposed to go to the Bell Center with my family. I was really looking forward to that. But at least I got to go back home to Montreal. My coach here in Michigan just said, yeah, you can go home. Just be careful with COVID and everything. So I went back home, tried to respect the guidelines, had a little gathering in my house, but wasn't too big, just like close people. And it was fun. It was really fun. When I got my name called, I kind of had a feeling I was going to go with the Sharks already. I thought they were going to pick me. I thought if I was still available 31st, I was going to go 31st. And then they picked Ozzy. And then I was like, okay, well, they have 34. There's no way I'm going lower than 34. And then they traded down to 38. And then I was like, okay, I guess like there's no way I'm going like lower than 38. So, and then that's where I went. So it was a little nerve wracking, obviously, because I had expectations, but it was a fun night after that.
Yeah, and well, we had Oz on when we were in the hotel and stuff, and obviously, Oz, good guy and everything. So he said that he thought he was going 31st too, Rask? So yeah. I wonder, that's kind of funny how that works out. But saying you thought you were going to the Sharks for sure, how much, like, were you in contact with them a ton, or was it just like a few really good talks and you're like, okay, this is the team that wants me and I want to be here?
Yeah, not that much, because like, let's say a team like Montreal, they would ask questions like every week, basically, like every 2 weeks, but every conversation didn't make me feel like, oh, I'm gonna go there. You know, like I've talked to them the most, and I've never felt like once that they might draft me. You know, but the Sharks, I've talked to them like 2 or 3 times, and every time I've talked to them, I was like, wow, like I might go there. You know, like I feel like they like me for the player I am, and they see something in me. So it was really just a feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about just the first night of the draft because obviously you went early second round, but you had to. I don't want to make you like sound cocky by if you say it, but you probably expected to go first round. Um, was there a lot of disappointment or like was that night really hard on that first night of the draft for you?
It was tough, because obviously I've always been a pretty confident guy, like not off the ice, but like I mean on the ice, like about my abilities and what I can do. And I knew that, kind of playing at the NTDP, yes, it gave me there's a lot of NHL scouts all the time, but we like our second year we play college guys, when we're supposed to play when everyone else is playing junior guys. And I just kind of knew that. And obviously, also with the team that we were playing with, it was more of a gritty team. I kind of had to buy in our identity, just play gritty hockey and kind of not, obviously I'm kind of more of a skills guy, but, I kind of had to let that go and kind of let the points go a little bit and just kind of buy in the grit of our team. So I knew that was going to affect my draft stock, that's for sure. And, I just knew that I just hope that a team could kind of see past that and see me for the player that I am. But it's hard. It's hard to know that as a team. And, a lot of I've talked to a lot of scouts and their question was, like we see you have skills, but, like you grind a lot. And like, so what are you going to be like? Are we drafting you for a top 6 or a bottom 6 or like what's going to happen, So that was like kind of the main question around me. Like, is he going to be a top 6 or a bottom 6 with how he plays? But, I think that right now in Michigan, now that we have a little more skilled team, a little skilled and just kind of more freedom to kind of express myself. I think that the guys see that now I'm more of a, leaning towards points and kind of helping the team in an offensive way,
Yeah, so just forget about the D zone boards. You pay your dues at the program, but no, like you go to Michigan and it's like it's obvious in your first year that might have been a problem at the program for you and kind of the identity of the play style for sure. But you make the jump to college seamless. 30 points in 24 games we got down here. You win Rookie of the Year for the whole NCAA. So obviously that went pretty smooth and you did put up sick numbers. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's actually in the NTP, it kind of affected my draft stock, I feel like in a certain way, but at the same time, like I wouldn't change it for the world because it gave me so much. Like it was just, the NTP made me so ready for what was coming next. And, I needed that. I needed those 2 years of grind and just learn how to play the right way to get into college. And now kind of, maybe let my skills go a little bit more and kind of try new stuff. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I still like kind of have the foundations that the NTP gave me, So I think that helped me a lot towards like throughout my year. And we had a sick team last year also. Everyone's talking about our team this year, but we had a really good team last year also. And season got shut down because of COVID. But, we were just kind of inconsistent because we were young and stuff like that. But this year we're going to be really good. And it was just fun to play with those guys last year. Play with the freshmen. We were 10 guys in our freshman class. I was me and Bren Burson. We were lucky to have good chem going, and it was just a fun year.
Yeah, for sure. And you were talking about like junior setting you up for college, but what was the jump like playing against now? Like sometimes you're playing against 24, 25, even year old men compared to, 16-year-olds in the youth show. So what's the difference like in the body size and just like how everything works between those two leagues?
I mean, it's crazy. Like if you play Arizona State, you're going to play like 2 married guys. Like it's literally you're facing off like at the draw with the dude and he's married and he's thinking about kids and you're thinking about like, where am I going to live? What am I going to like live next year? Or what am I going to like, what's my next homework or whatever? And the guy's thinking about starting a family, And so it's a little different, but obviously the size is a big difference. Also the strength, just the shots, and even if you work out as hard as you can, and you're like 19 and in the best shape of your life, there's still that kind of when you get old, you got that like extra strength a little bit, like kind of that goes with you, because you're older. So there's definitely that's kind of a difference, but otherwise, I think it's good hockey. It's gritty. There's obviously teams that are more gritty than others, but yeah.
Yeah, and you got to play with some unbelievable talent at the program. Obviously, a ton of high picks coming out of there for you guys, and guys who were delayed a year, like Beniers, your roommate there. But then you go to college and you go to Michigan, such a prestigious program, and you get to play with guys who went to the program and guys who are just studs from years before, like the 01s, the 2000s, the 99s, even the 98s. So can you talk about like how cool it was to kind of go in there and see all the older talent that had maybe passed through the program or in the USHL or however they may have come to be in Michigan?
Yeah, it's fun, like kind of seeing guys like, I think Larkin did program and then Michigan. I think Warrenski did it. Pacioretty. I think a couple of guys did it, and it's kind of fun seeing. At the NTDP we have, AHL facilities, and we just have that wall with everyone that's been through there, and it's just to see them like Matthews, Kane. Even Jack Hughes, guys like Cole, Z, Yorkie that played here with me, and it's just fun, kind of, and then you see all of your buddies kind of playing in their first game in NHL, and you're like, wow, like it's kind of like it's not a we made it, but it kind of feels that way because they're like your bros, and you're like, wow, like you made it, like it's it's a nice feeling.
Do you speak any other languages?
Yeah, my first language is French.
Okay, I thought it might be. I think you have like a little accent when you talk a bit.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm just curious too. What's it like walking around campus there as a Michigan hockey player? Probably got like the tracksuit or the bag on. You know what I mean? Like confident.
You're not trying to go full tracksuit, kind of.
Well, you don't want to look like that, but you're getting the looks and stuff. Like, how's that go? Even sitting in class, like people looking over at you, I bet, right?
They're big classes sometimes. I'm not a really loud guy, or I'm not gonna be the guy that's taking a lot of space in the room or whatever. So I'm pretty quiet. So I'll just do my thing and kind of get out. But it's fun. It's a great campus. There's so many people going around, a lot of students, and there's kind of like this main campus. Because Ann Arbor is kind of a small town, so there's kind of this main campus that's really buzzing all the time. So it's crazy to walk in there and kind of see just kind of like in movies, like when you watch movies and you're a kid about college, and like then you're there and it's literally that.
What's like a day in your life right now, and then kind of like during the regular season, I guess, as a student athlete there?
Regular season, it's like that all year. We kind of go to class from whenever you have class in the morning till maybe we got to like report at the rink at like 1, I would say. And, you just do your thing in the morning, whatever you want. And then at 1, we would go to the rink, practice around 2:33 normally. That's like from Monday to Thursday usually. And then Friday, Saturday, the games are there. And we would work out probably three times a week. Before that, like we would work out probably Monday, Tuesdays, and like Thursdays, stuff like that. So yeah.
I gotta know about Yost on a game night. Like what is it going on in there? It's like a zoo in there, right? Like because we always talk about like the OHL and the CHL in general. Like we get 5, 6 in London, even 10,000 fans a night. But it's a different crowd for sure. We have a lot of families. We have older fans. It's not drunk college students. Can you tell us about like what it's like actually playing in there every night?
It's nuts. I haven't had the chance to like actually play a game yet with a packed barn.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been to one and it was nuts. It was actually like a zoo, like, cause it's just all the even people that are not college students, they're just so passionate about the team and about Michigan that it just gets the crowd going. Like, we're just warming up. Like our team warm up before the game, like not the on ice warm up, like the one like what we do it maybe an hour and 30 minutes before. Like there's our stretch, and like the barn is like half packed. Like it's crazy. And it's just great atmosphere. Like it gets you so fired up. And I think it's the best building to play in college hockey. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it.
No, that's insane. I just have a quick question. I want to bring back your dad. I mentioned him earlier. Sebastian Bordeleau had an NHL career, and now he works for the Nashville Predators. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what was like? Can you tell us a bit about him and how he impacted your career?
I mean, he basically made the player I am today. You know, like just from when he put me in skates when I was 2 years old, and then just kind of developed me from there. He's been my skills coach. He's been my obviously life coach. He's my dad. You know, because but like. He's been through it all. He knows what it takes, and you know he's kind of trying to navigate me through everything also. But you know, I think it all started when he was playing, and I was like 4, 5, 6 years old. You know, he didn't force me to be a hockey player, but every time he was like bringing me in the locker room after games with the players, I was like, I want to do this. I want to do it like when my dad does. I want to play hockey for a living. I want to play hockey my whole life. So, kind of gave me the taste of it, and I just never stopped from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this one might put you on the spot. I don't know if you'll have an answer, but do you have any cool stories, I guess, that your dad might have experienced in the NHL that you could share with us?
I mean, there's a lot. Like it was like a different time back then, you know. Like they were going crazy. I mean, I know my dad had some roommates that like he like before a game, like he would like go to bed, they would go out, and then he would wake up in the morning and they would like get in the room and like sleep all day, and like when it's game time they wake up, get a coffee and go play, like crazy stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lot of stories that probably could screw some guys up, but yeah.
Man, times have changed in the NHL anyway, but for you, obviously sights set on the NHL as we all kind of have as an end goal and as a hockey players growing up and everything, but do you plan, like, what's your plan on staying at school, or are you just going to try to play it by ear and see each year what happens? And if you're ready for pro, then make the jump, or what's your plan there?
Yeah, I'm just going season by season, seeing when it's time for me to, you know, kind of make the jump, seeing when it's, you know, when it's time for my development, if it would be better to turn pro or stay here or whatever. It's all about just, you know, kind of getting ready, not just to play, but to perform in the NHL. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah. And obviously one day, knock on wood, like we're just going to say when you sign with the Sharks, what's the first thing you're going to buy with your signing bonus? And Rask, I'm going to add Bords is he's a fashionable guy. He's got good style. So I'm interested to hear what he's got for us here.
It's a good question. I mean, obviously, probably some clothes a little bit. I might get a couple shoes or something like that. But I don't think anything crazy, honestly. I'm not a big like. I'm kind of cheap. Like I don't really like spending money. Like I think the first big expense I might do is probably just go on like a sick like vacation or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good call. Experience.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
What's like the dream vacation location for both like a warm vacation spot and then like a travel like somewhere in Europe type of thing?
You know, I've been in Europe for 10 years, but like I kind of still want to go through the whole thing. That's for sure. I definitely want to go there again. Warm weather. I mean, I just want to go ever like some like place like Thailand or whatever. Like I think that looks sick. I also think like let's like a safari in Africa would look sick. Like, and you know, I don't know. I feel like there's so many places that could be insane. So I kind of want to get around.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Actually, so before I ask, I was telling Cards and Bords, I was telling you before the interview, I'm introducing a new segment, maybe if it goes well for these interviews, called Hard Hitting Questions, but I think it'll be funny. But before we do, I'm just curious, what was your first impression of Cards when you met him? How did that go?
I mean, we were at camp together, but like because there was two teams, we didn't really like meet. I feel until the last night, I think.
Like, yeah, it was like the night before the last day. Like before we went to the game.
Yeah, and like I honestly I think I got in my room and you were in there already with Cozy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then you came to our room and we were all just rotting until after the game.
Yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously, first impression was like, I mean, on the ice, my first impression on the ice, like obviously, like very skilled. I thought he was a lefty. I thought he was a left. I don't know why I felt like he was a lefty, but obviously, great guy, great player.
Oh, makes me feel good about myself, pumping my tires, eh? Thanks, Bords. Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah.
Rask?
Yeah. So okay. This hard-hitting questions thing. I think, Bords, you consider yourself a funny guy?
Not really. I mean, they laugh at me a lot. I think at me, not with me. But...
Okay. Well, so there's two ways this could go. I was thinking you either answer these funny or you answer them seriously. So I think we'll see how this goes. If it's funny or if it's not, whatever. We'll see if we keep this going for the future episodes. But first question: what is the meaning of life?
Oh God.
It's absurd.
Life. To be able to use all the how do you say it? Potential? Yeah, to be able to use all the potential that's been given you.
Okay.
Nice.
What an answer. Okay. If you could fix one world problem, what would it be?
Just the environment, global warming and everything, because every other problem goes away if there's no more Earth.
Okay. Are you truly proud of the person that you are?
I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah. Just not myself.
Are there any toxic relationships in your life that need to be dealt with?
No. If you asked me that maybe a little earlier, yeah, but no, not anymore.
Okay. Guy deals with the situations. Two more. If you could travel in time, would you go to the past or to the future?
Pass, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a time period in mind?
I like London when it started kind of like popping off, like when it, like all the trains and everything. I kind of like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Last one. We got a good one. What is the meaning of true love?
Bords knows this one.
We love, eh?
Yeah, you have to love love.
What's the true meaning of love? I think the true meaning of love is just being willing to do everything you possibly can for someone else and just kind of putting yourself aside and just it's always the other person that comes first, I feel like.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a school guy answers too. He knows.
That's a great answer though. I love that.
This is that was not bad for the first time we ever ripped this segment. So
we're keeping it, I think. That was good.
My girlfriend will love it.
And now we got to go to our fan questions, and the fans ask you the questions, not us this time. So I'll take you through the first few, and then I'll let Rask take over. But what's your stick and your specs?
Custom curve, 87 flex, and my stick is it's the old ADV that they used to make, but they don't make anymore. So it's just like the lighter stick they have. It's like lighter than the Hyperlight or whatever. So I really like that, and I've been using it for the past 3 years and can't get any lighter. So even new sticks that will be coming out next year won't be lighter. So I like it.
And spray paint.
Yeah, spray paint. That's true. Spray paint, white spray paint, the bottom, white tape. I like seeing all white.
Yeah, good style too. Looks good out there. What's your take on the Owen Power situation? Coming back to Michigan for another year. How excited are you guys for that?
The band's back. That's it. We're just gonna go off. We're ready.
Yeah, no, you guys a lot of pre goals got you up there very high. So I'm excited to see what goes on. I know we talked about it off the air, but who do you live with at UMich?
I live with Matty Beniers and Jacob Truscott, two guys that were at the NTP with me.
Yeah, maybe two potential guests on the pod too, eh, Ross?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you had to live on an island for a month, what 4 Michigan teammates would you bring along with you?
I love this question, by the way.
Such a sewer. Like, I would not bring Brisk because that guy has ADD and he would not be helpful. Um, um, I would probably bring Maddie because he's pretty smart. We live together and we got on each other's nerve, but he's pretty smart. Um, I would probably bring. I need a guy for size. I need a big guy for size. I mean probably Beach, honestly.
Okay.
Beecher, and then what else? Man, I gotta go with Trust for the last one, just because he's my little baby here.
Yeah, and he brought you Timbits this morning, so
There you go.
that's good enough to make the cut. So I know I met Keto at Sharks camp, so suck it, Keto. You weren't invited, bud. Um, what's you're just talking about Briss? What's Brendan Brisson like?
Great dude. Like, he could obviously kind of be a little cocky, and with we've known each other for a long time. His dad his dad played with my dad or something like that. His dad's French too, from Montreal, and so we're really close. Our families are close, and I'm close to him, and it's fun playing with him. We've known each other for a long time. I went to LA a couple of times with him, and now that we can play together, it's a lot of fun, and on the same line too. It's crazy that it kind of went that way, and yeah, we're really compatible on and off the ice, so it's fun.
And speaking about him going to LA and stuff, and you going to LA, doesn't he like hang out with all those TikTok guys?
Yeah, he's yeah. Here in LA, you're in the mafia over there, right? So hangs out with those TikTokers that are hockey fans.
Yeah, so they just love him, I bet. And this is the last one for me, and then I'll let Rask take over a bit. But who's your celeb crush?
Oof, I had one like 2 years ago. Like the last time someone asked me that question 2 years ago, I said someone like I said Anna Kendrick, but like I haven't seen her in 2 years, so I don't know what she looks like anymore. So who's my celeb?
The backup choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, that's a good question. Wait.
You could say 2 years ago Anna Kendrick is your celebrity crush. I'll accept that answer.
I mean, I could definitely find one. I feel like there's. I like Blake Lively. I think she's pretty cute.
Yeah, you not a bad call there. I love.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, Gossip Girl. Great show. Great show.
That's just a guy in a relationship talking right
Um, here's a good question someone sent in. How do you, maybe both you can answer this one. How do you build chemistry with new teammates?
now. I think it's off the ice a lot. Like just hang out, like literally go to dinner, or just like it's not even like the things you do. I feel like it's even like outside of it. Like I feel like I get closer to someone on the Uber ride there or back than at dinner. Like I don't know about you, Cardsy, but I just feel like it's just like little outside things, like setting up things. Like, all right, you got the Uber, I got it. All right, like then you just talk. Like you just like kind of get to know the other guy, and then like you're around him. Like obviously the guy's gonna be on his phone, and then you like kind of like you see what he's doing, and then you see who he's talking to, and then you just like kind of you get to know his entourage, and you're just like, yeah, I think that's kind of how you get close to him. I feel like the best lines and the best teams are like guys that are super close, because there's a lot of egos on the team, and like if you can't forget if you did a bad play, but sorry, bro, like I love you. If you can't be like that, like it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like if you're on the same team, like you're obviously pretty close in skill. Like everyone's there for a reason, especially at like our level, Michigan, OHL, whatever it may be, NHL one day. Like it doesn't matter, but like go out for dinner, go out, have fun with them. Like you have to hang out off the ice. That's all it is. Like everyone has skill there. It's just a matter if you like each other, if you're going to bat for each other every night. So that's all it is basically. Boards hit the nail on the head there.
Yes, sir.
You almost slipped up, Cards.
Yeah.
We've we haven't really talked about it, but someone asked, what was it like playing with Power, Johnson, and Beniers?
It was good. I mean, all last year it was really fun. Obviously, played with Maddie before that. Cannon, Owen. I played against Owen in the U show. I never saw Kent play before, but obviously great players, great guys too. Not cocky at all. Actually, like Owen, like first overall could have been like, yeah, I'm the man. Like, yeah, all you guys on on this team are below me, but he's the nicest kid, and he's just really they're just really all buying in and just being a family.
Yeah. Couple more. Has anyone on the Sharks taken you under their wing?
I mean, yes and no. Like, obviously, I haven't been around that much the organization because COVID and everything, and being a college guy, there's a lot of things I can't do. But when a lot of stuff happened to me last year because of COVID, Logan Couture called me a couple times and just kind of try to help me out through it, and it was really helpful. So I would probably say him, yeah.
And before you keep going on that, Rask, actually, this reminds me, Bords has a crazy last year that a lot of people don't know about. I'll let him tell it, but basically he didn't play in the World Juniors, and then obviously some complications with NCAA playoffs and everything like that. Bords, you mind sharing what went down there?
Yeah, so obviously World Juniors, I made the team. We were leaving. We were taking our plane the next day, and then I wake up in the morning to a call in my hotel room with my roommate Beecher, and it's the doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, Beach, you tested positive for COVID. You guys got to get out. You got to get out of the bubble right now. We got to go home." And it was a false positive too, and so we had to go home. We were just stuck back home here in Michigan during Christmas because of that, and it was just awful. The most depressing time of my life by far. And it was just, obviously the guys won gold, and so I'm so pumped for them. But knowing you could have been there with them, it's always tough. And yeah, it just makes me so much more excited for next World Juniors. I'm really excited to get going.
Yeah, and then do you mind talking about what happened with you guys at Michigan for those who don't know?
Yeah, also that there's we're ready to get to the Frozen Four tournament. And we literally we were in the bubble for like 5 days already. And then the day of the game, wake up from my pregame nap, and we get a text meeting right now. And we're like, what's going on? Like, please tell us it's not COVID. And they're like, yeah, we got guys that tested positive. They're on a bus right now going home from North Dakota. We got to go home. Like, we can't play. We got to get out of here. And, our season's done. And, it was just heartbreaking seeing the seniors cry. Yeah, they didn't even know, but they played their last game in a Michigan jersey. And it was tough.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's horrible, man.
I figured we had to bring that up.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. Nobody knows about it. And that's why when I found out at Sharks Camp, I was like, holy crap. Like, for those people who think they've been affected by COVID, or I don't know, not being able to see their friends the odd time or something like that, that's legit tough. That's brutal.
On the day of the game, to imagine, like, that's just horrible, man.
And I remember, yeah, he made me tell the story in front of everyone too. I was like, all right.
yeah. He calls you out. He's like, "Where's Bords?" All right, yeah. Tell us what happened. Yeah. Rask, you want to hop back into the fan questions?
Yeah, I'm rattled now.
Mood. Yeah.
Okay, like there's three more. This one's funny, and this goes back to a little rant I went on a couple episodes ago. But someone asked, "What's your zodiac sign?"
Capricorn, I think. January. I don't know.
Is that even a sign, Cards? Can we confirm?
Yeah, that's a sign. I just don't know. I don't know.
I haven't heard of that one.
We'll check back in next episode and see if he was right or not.
Yeah. I don't even. This one's stupid. I'm not gonna ask it. Last one. Best memory at Michigan.
On or off the ice.
We all want to know off, but like maybe off that you can say.
Off the ice, I say like football game days are pretty sick. Like, it's like there's no cellular service. Like, there's 110,000 people going through the game. It's nuts. It's just nuts. That's pretty electric. And on the ice, I think favorite memory. I think maybe our first road trip. I don't know. We haven't played it like in front of fans or whatever, so I can't really say like, oh, this was sick or whatever. So, but like I was like, the NTDP, they treat us super good, but it's nothing compared to here and all the money that they have, and it's just like it's nuts. It's nuts. We get treated so well, and it was just like kind of an eye opener for me. I was like, wow, like I can't believe like they treat college guys like that. So yeah.
So here's my thoughts on Rask. I think Bords has some awesome memories at Michigan, but why don't we do an episode again in 6 years when he's established in the show, and we'll just do strictly an episode on memories from Michigan, and then we'll hear all the great stuff that goes on.
I might be able to say them. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, down the road for sure. But I think that pretty much does it for me. Rask, is that all from you?
Yeah, that's all. I want to thank you, man. This was a really funny one. It was entertaining. It was cool learning about your road and your path, and I'm pumped up to see how you do this season, and hopefully see you both in a Sharks jersey one day.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Down the road. Thanks, Bords. Thanks for taking the time. Made it seamless for us to get you on here. So yeah, cheers, and we'll be in touch, obviously. But good luck going forward this season, bro.
Yes, sir, boys. You too. Thank you.
All right, I want to thank Bords for that awesome interview, and a new segment I think we're gonna keep for the future interviews. What do you think of that, Cards?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I like those little questions you had there. Looking them up, it was almost therapy sessions going on there for a little bit, but it was good fun. Bords is obviously a good guy to talk to, and like you said, you can hear his French accent a little bit, so it's pretty funny. But you should see this guy, man. Like, I don't think we're given enough talk about the NCAA Freshman of the Year. Like, that's insane. Yeah. Like, he won that award over like Matty Beniers, guys like Matty Beniers, second overall pick, like Owen Power, first overall pick, and it was him. So like, that's pretty insane. But yeah, man, he's a sick player. Like, you should see, like, obviously you saw him in the game. Like, he knows how to control the puck. He's smooth with it, got great hands. He's going to be a good player wherever he is. It'll be with the Sharks and then wherever it goes from there. But he's going to be a real good player at the next level for sure. So I'm just happy to have Bords on for a great episode there. But I know we were talking last week and you said you finished Outer Banks, and I'm a big Outer Banks fan. So let's hear what you got.
Finally finished it last night. Oh man, I love this show, by the way. But so you said on the podcast without any. Also, we'll say like spoiler alert now if you haven't seen it. Like, maybe you can end the episode now. But you said there's guaranteed season 3, and yes, with the cross going back, with Ward surviving and all that, definitely gonna be a season 3. So the ending was crazy. Sarah and John B back together. What can't you love about it?
Yeah, and John B's dad's alive.
Yeah, that last scene, I forgot about that. Okay. They're gonna find each other and all that. And you see the scene. I mean, you watched it a little bit ago, but when John B could have killed Ward and he looks at Sarah and she gave him like the quick little nod, like, you can.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like he's gonna do it. And then but you know what? As pissed off as I was that he let him live, it gives us a season 3, man. So gotta.
Yeah, I think that girl too, the blonde lady, is John B's dad or mom.
Which blonde lady?
The one who like has the crutches.
Oh, what makes you think that?
100%, bro. Why is she going to see John B's dad at the end of the episode?
And yeah,
the
you're
thing
right.
that they need, I've seen it a bunch on TikTok. The thing they need is John B's. His little bandana that he wears around his neck is like the thing they need,
Okay, I like that. I'm choosing to believe that now, and I like that. So yeah, man, sick show. Definitely would recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, we just ruined it for you, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Anything else we want to say here before we kind of wrap it up? It's been a great episode.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to Cooper's Beeswax. Cooper Bordeaux set me up with the merch. Young kid started his own business, hockey wax, hockey tape, stuff like that. So
did he forget about me, Cards?
Yeah, I guess
I don't see my
my
Cooper sweater on.
you know what? I'll get in contact with them. I'll see what we can do for you, Rask. We'll get you a hat and a hoodie over there, no problem. But shout out to them over there, great people. Go check it out if you like hockey wax. And yeah, with that, that's about all we got for you guys this week. I'm just headed on a beautiful day to go share some quality time with my billets on the golf course. Rask, I know you're super busy trying to find guys homes, so let's both stay busy and have an amazing week, and can't wait to be back on track with you guys going forward. So road to 5 million, here we come. Have a great week, guys.